Kahalayim la Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Waha Recha Kodash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, bishops, elders, and teachers, the men of great millstone. To you I say shalom. Salutations to the hopeful elect. And today we're going to deal with this DTE imposter workers that broke into this elderly couple's home, allegedly, and unalived the male occupancy, okay? And what you will see is two what I perceive to be Jakes that just got caught up in this mess and are going to be going away for a very long time, if not receive the death penalty, okay? Before we begin with the news articles that I have gathered for you, we always filter through the scriptures. And this would have been wise advice for these two Jakes before they ever went along this journey, if they did, allegedly, okay? This is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. Right. So if one comes to you with a scheme, a plot that is breaking the laws, all right, not just the laws of the land, but the laws of the Holy Scriptures, to commit murder, to commit robbery, you're not supposed to go with them, all right? You're not supposed to consent with them, agree with them. So you can't be agreeing with wicked people, because the results are going to lead to your downfall and harsh judgment, might I add. So I'll read it again. My son, verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay in wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. Right. Verse 13. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. Right. Let the snares that you have planned for someone else fall upon your own head. All right. And if in fact these two are responsible for the bloodshed of this, small hat, I'm assuming, they're going to receive harsh punishment. All right. Now, I have this in the blue letter, the New Living Translation, and we'll read the same verses we just read. Verse 10, my child, if sinners entice you, turn your back on them. They may say, come and join us, let's hide and kill someone, just for fun. Let's ambush the innocent. Let's swallow them alive like the grave. Let's swallow them whole like those who go down to the pit of death. Think of the great things we'll get. We'll fill our houses with all the stuff we take. Come throw in your lot with us. We'll all share the loot. My child, don't go along with them. Stay far away from their paths. They rush to commit evil deeds. They hurry to commit murder. If a bird sees a trap being set, it knows to stay away. But these people set an ambush for themselves. They are trying to get themselves killed. Such is the fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs them of life. Right. Let's take a look at the video.
The stunning new image of a suspect wanted for murder could help solve a horrifying case. Thank you so much for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 11. I'm Mike Duffy. The Oakland County Sheriff says it was a targeted attack against a Hamtramck business owner. 2 suspects showed up at his home on Newcastle Street in Rochester Hills and conned their way into the home.
DTE. We're checking for gas leaks.
What followed left a 72-year-old man dead and his wife tied up and terrorized.
And we're going to begin tonight with our first look at one of the two men accused of posing as DTE workers and killing a man inside his Rochester Hills home. Today, 39-year-old Joshua Zuazo appeared in court to be formally charged with felony murder.
His alleged accomplice, Carlos Hernandez, is expected to be brought here to Michigan next week after waiving extradition in Louisiana. We want to get to Sean Lay live right now. Sean, we're finally getting some insight into a motive here.
Let's talk about motive. It's in the court documents we got here today at District Court 52-3. Motive, clearly robbery, according to the sheriff and sheriff's investigators. Why the Murray family in Rochester Hills was targeted, that is still under investigation. Why two people went there and what they wanted inside. Let me take you inside a Rochester courtroom for our first look at one of the two men sheriff's investigators say posed as DTE workers 1 week ago. 39-year-old Joshua Zuazo of Dearborn.
We're DTE. We're checking for gas leaks.
A shocking plan to get inside the home of Hussein Murray, who had a jewelry and pawn shop in Hamtramck. Murray's 72-year-old wife was bound with duct tape upstairs. Murray was found bloodied and dead in the basement.
Upon arrival on scene, deputies located her husband deceased in the basement, bound by duct tape around his ankles and wrists and duct tape circling his head several times.
Suspect number one, investigators say, is Carlos Hernandez, arrested a day later in Louisiana. And we are digging to find out a lot about Joshua Zuazo.
We do show that.
State of Michigan versus Joshua Zuazo.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Joshua Aprilli here on behalf of Mr. Joshua Zuazo. Sir, if you can state your name. Joshua Zuazo.
Thank you. And for the people? I'm sorry.
Services, Darla Finley.
Thank you. Okay. Sir, I'm going to proceed with arraignment. You are charged with the following counts. Count 1, homicide, felony murder. On or about October 11, 2024, while in the perpetration or attempted perpetration of a robbery, murder 1 Hussein Murray, contrary to MCL 750.316(1)B. Punishable by up to life without parole. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I know what you're doing.
Thank you. Count 2, unlawful imprisonment. That on or about October 11, 2024, did knowingly restrain Hussein Murray to facilitate the commission of a robbery, a felony contrary to MCL 750.349(b). Punishable by up to 15 years and or $20,000. Do you understand?
Yes.
Count 3, unlawful imprisonment. On or about October 11, 2024, did knowingly restrain Linda Murray to facilitate the commission of a robbery, a felony contrary to MCL 750.349(b). Punishable by up to 15 years and or $20,000. Do you understand? Sir, are you on probation or parole for any other offense?
No, ma'am.
How do you plead as to count 1?
Not guilty.
How do you plead as to count 2?
Not guilty.
How do you plead as to count 3?
Not guilty.
The court will enter the pleas of not guilty on all counts. The court will set a probable cause conference on October 29, 2024 at 10 a.m. And a preliminary examination is scheduled for November 4th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Anything from pretrial services, if you'd like to approach.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your name for the record?
Darla Finley, pretrial. We do show that he has extensive criminal history that dates back 2.5 decades, which includes a lengthy history of violence. He was recently discharged from parole on 8/16 of 2022. He does have a history of failure to appear. He has other holds out of the 25th District Court and the 23rd. Given the seriousness of the Within offense, taking into consideration the random allegations surrounding this matter, the defendant's violent criminal history, prior contacts with police, unknown information pertaining to his residence, employment, physical and mental health, the primary concern as it relates to bond is the safety of the community. At this time, there aren't any conditions or combinations of conditions to assure the defendant's appearance in court or mitigate the danger to the community at large. Therefore, we are respectfully recommending that bond be denied as he meets the eligibility for MCR 6.106B.
All right, we're going to end out here, but before I begin with the scriptures, the so-called black man that they caught had just gotten off parole, okay? The dude has multiple priors, and yet he's running with this Northern Kingdom Jake, I perceive, to shed blood, to commit robbery, all right? And now he just effectively ended his life, the life of his children that were dependent on him are now hanging in the balance, all right? And it just reminds me of just how stupid Jake can be, all right? My people are foolish. That is why we are here in Jeremiah chapter 4, all right, which is where we're going to end because it sums up the whole thing. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Right, all right? They have no knowledge. They don't want to follow the ways of the Heavenly Father, his laws, statutes, and commandments. So they're constantly in a state of rebellion, which we can find here in Deuteronomy chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, ye have been rebellious against Yahweh from the day that I knew you, right? They don't want to be in order, okay? They want to be rebellious, wild branches, all right? And unless they be grafted back in, unless they come back to the old paths, they're going to find judgment in all manner of ways. They're going to be unalived, maimed, wounded in all manner of ways because of their rebelliousness. And this is why the warning is going forth. This is why you shouldn't lie in wait for blood, all right? As Proverbs already gave wise, sound doctrine too, all right? Now, before I close this out, I'm going to grab it in the New Living Translation. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22. This is Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22 in the New Living Translation. It says, my people are foolish, they do not know me, says Yahweh. They are stupid children. And no doubt that is factual, all right? Jake is out their ever-loving mind. They don't even calculate properly. They're wise to do evil. They hop off the porch to commit these robberies and murders, and the entire time they're just unaliving themselves because judgment is going to come for you, lest you repent. Jeremiah 4 and 22 again. My people are foolish and do not know me, says Yahweh. They are stupid children who have no understanding. They are clever enough at doing wrong, but they have no idea how to do right. All right? And we're out here warning you. We're out here telling you how to do right. If you don't take heed to those warnings, you're going to be judged just like these Jakes on the screen, okay? All right? And eventually, they're going to receive harsh judgment if they are in fact guilty of the crime that they have been accused of. Hopefully this has been edifying. Call halal la Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai for this message. Until the next time, Shalom.